We live and travel full-time in our 1989 Ford Sportsmobile. So we didn't get to do the build out ourselves because it's a Sportsmobile. So it came already done. But there's a few things about our van that we love and we would not want to change. Welcome back to the Rangeless Travel Podcast. We're your favorite adventure travel hosts. I'm Britt and this is Ryan. Together, we travel the world by plane, train, and 89 Ford Sportsmobile.
Absolutely.
First and foremost, it's a 1989. She is pretty.
She's very pretty. It's got the retro styling, like the boxy 80s look. That's what made me love the van in the first place.
Yeah.
Like really, that front end with the chrome bumper and like the square headlights and all of that. And the grill, I loved it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, that thing is so cool.
Yeah.
And we get compliments on it all the time.
All the time.
We're driving through and we just pull up somewhere and someone's like, I like your rig, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like they want to see inside it. They want to take a look around it. They love it. It looks really cool.
And with the retro style, it looks a little different than everyone else's vans.
Yeah.
Which I like.
I do like.
I like that it's a little bit different. Like, I love the Transits and the Rams and
The Sprinters.
the Sprinters. But I feel like there's something unique and special because she's
Older.
older.
Yeah.
And I like that unique look that she has, like in the sea of Ford Transits, you know?
Yeah, and she's in really good shape for an older van like that. There's not a speck of rust on her, like in pristine condition, really. And I love it so much.
Yeah.
So much.
And then inside the van, I am obsessed with the layout. I love the layout so much.
So this is our second reason.
This is our second
This is
one.
our second reason
Yeah,
that we love the van.
I love the layout. I love the layout. When you go inside, there's a futon there, which I love the option to either have that as like a hangout spot during the day, or you can turn it into a bed and have it as like a second sleep area. I love that the kitchen is like a galley, so it's like a long, like with all the cabinets, and there's a surprising amount of countertop space. So like I don't have a hard time like chopping stuff for dinner or folding laundry, or just there's space to put things. And then we even have like a little closet. We have the fridge. Underneath the fridge, we call it our bar, but it's like more storage.
Yeah.
We have above the fridge storage. We have the garage in the back. We have the shower area with more storage.
Yeah.
Behind the shower, there's another little cabinet with more storage. So I find like there's a few things that like I would like differently. Like if I was making the van, I probably wouldn't do that exact
Layout. But it wouldn't be too far from it.
But it wouldn't be too far from it. And like the layout for the size that it is, it's so optimized and it's used so well, and it gives us every bit of storage that we could possibly have in the size van that we do.
Yeah.
So I love.
It's really good for that.
And then we have the bed that we sleep in is on the top, which means we're lofted,
Yeah.
which is fun because we're up and away from the dogs, so they can't get in there too if they're wet or muddy or
anything
dirty.
like that. They don't get up on the bed.
Yeah, which keeps our sheets nicer, longer.
It also like doesn't take up any floor space permanently because it folds away and it's up high. So all the floor space down on the bottom is all for living in.
And it's all utilized, which is really nice. So I love the layout of our van.
Yeah, it's really good.
Number 3 of things we love about our van. And if you watched our video on what we hated about our van, you might be scratching your head because it's the pop top.
Yeah.
Now, as much as I hate the pop top, like I hate that it gives us away. We can't stealth. We've gotten kicked out of Trader Joe's parking lots. Like it's kind of makes us a little vulnerable.
It can get cold at night, and like
we're
in bear country, so like there's that to think about too. So we're not fully hard-sided.
Yeah, like is a bear gonna crawl through the tent bit?
An intruder could actually just slice it with a knife.
Yeah, because we have a ladder that goes up, so they could just climb up the ladder and like come on in. So I mean, there's things I hate about it, but I also love it because when you're up there, you can undo all the windows,
panels,
all the panels, and all the windows come down, and you can get the breeze coming through, which is so nice to sleep.
That van has better airflow than any Sprinter, Transit, Ram, anything you see on the road. This van, when the roof is popped up, and all of those are opened up, and there's a slight breeze, it has better airflow than anything else out there.
It has a natural
AC. And like the way that the pop top is shaped, the sun doesn't really get in only for like certain periods of time in the day
Yeah.
for like maybe 40 minutes. So you have a sunshade that goes over the whole thing. So it's really, 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 it could be like 90 degrees outside, but in the van,
It'll be like 80.
it'll be like 80, which is
Yeah.
like not ideal, but it's a lot better than
It's
if you're
really
inside
nice.
of a closed-in van.
It's
trying to run.
really nice for temperature control. It's also good because like if we leave the dogs, like we have to go into the gym to shower, right? That's going to be more than like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And we both have to go into Planet Fitness to shower because I have the pass, and then like I
I'm
have
the
to
guest.
so I have to scan them in, right? If you know, you know. And we can pop the top, open everything up, and we don't have to worry about the dogs getting too hot.
Yeah,
because-
provided it's not too hot outside.
Yeah, we're
So
not going to.
provided it's not like 110 degrees outside.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, but like we'll do it if it's like 75,
Yeah.
80 degrees outside.
80 is like the max.
Yeah, 80
Max,
degrees
max,
outside
max.
means the van is going to be like 73 inside, which is still okay for the doggies for short periods of time.
Yeah.
We have to be careful about that.
But that's it. We run in and take a shower.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all we're
what it
doing.
is.
But,
Or one of us goes in for groceries and one of us stays in the van, but then
it's nice to have that peace of mind to know that like it's not going to heat up to a dangerous, deadly temperature in 10 minutes.
yeah.
So it's good for that. I love the pop top for airflow and temperature control.
The other one like really good thing about the pop top is like we don't really have to worry about like low bridges because we're only 8 foot. We're only 8 foot tall.
Yeah.
Like so we can fit anything that's under 8 foot. We can fit. Whereas if we had a high roof, we were talking like 10, 11 feet. It's a lot.
You know what else
taller.
I love about the pop top? I just thought about it, but like we were sleeping last night, and you can see like through the screen if you like. There's blinds, but sometimes I keep my blinds rolled up, like if we're pretty remote and I'm not worried about
Yeah, and
someone
there's
like
like
peeking
stars out there.
in. And I can like see the stars and stuff through there. And I'm like, wow. So you really get to feel like you're outside, and I like that.
Yeah, it's like being in a big tent.
Yeah,
It's nice.
it is nice. I like it.
Yeah, and
I
then
love the pop top.
yeah, and it saves us if we don't have to run an AC. Like even at night when we're sleeping, we just unzip those panels, and it's a nice breeze that goes through usually, and it's
wonderful.
comfortable. Yeah.
Number 4,
Number 4.
our solar setup.
Yes, I put a
Ryan-
lot of work into that.
Ryan has done her solar setup, so take it away.
I did a lot of work into our solar setup. We have on the roof, we have 400 watts of solar with 2 of them on top of the baskets that can fold up and down, so we can store things in the baskets, and we can also tilt it to where the sun is,
Yeah.
which helps with solar generation. We also have a solar controller, a big 200 watt, 2000 watt inverter under the futon, and a huge lithium battery, which is 280 amp hour lithium battery, which gives you double the capacity of like a standard car battery. Like that would be the same amperage. So we get effectively from what the van came with, we had a 90 amp hour lead battery in it. With the 280 amp hour lithium that I put in, we're at like 6 times the capacity of what we had with the same almost size battery, which is incredible. And then we have like all the USB hookups inside. I put all those in. We put
We
the
have
lights
plugs
with the
everywhere.
we have plugs everywhere, and we're never really struggling for power.
Only if it like rains for like 3 days in a row.
Yeah,
And that's
or if
with-
it's cloudy.
And that's with running our Starlink.
Yes, we run the Starlink off of it. We run the inverter. I turn off the inverter when we're not using it. I have an app on my phone. It's all Victron stuff, which is the best shit on the market. And with the app on the phone, you can turn it on and off whenever you want. So you just plug in whatever and you just hit the button on the phone and it turns on and starts charging your stuff.
Yeah.
And we both charge both of our laptops at the same time.
Laptops, cameras, mics,
Microphones,
phones.
Starlink, whatever we need to run,
Everything.
we run it, and it's fine. We're probably sitting at like 97% right now.
It's good. He did a really good job. If you have more questions for Ryan about the solar setup and like how he did it and what he did, just let us know and he'll provide that information to you.
Yeah.
And lastly, number 5 for things we love about our van.
This is another thing that I particularly love about this van. It's an older van. It's a 1989. And apart from a couple niggles, it was a big issue we had with an electronics issue.
Yeah.
Where we had to replace the computer that went bad in it. But apart from that, the van is ridiculously easy to work on.
According to him.
Yeah, but I'm the one who has to work on it. I've replaced all the suspension on it. I've replaced all the fluids in it. I've upgraded the batteries. I've put a new air conditioner in it. I've done, like, you name it, I've done it. And someone else replaced the engine before I got to it. But other than that, it's really easy to work on. It's a V8, naturally aspirated. There's not too much computers and control, like computer stuff involved in it. I can plug my little thing in, it'll tell me what's wrong with it. But other than that, there's not too much going on. It's pretty simple and easy to work on and easy to understand.
And easy to find parts for.
Really easy to find parts for. They're really affordable online. They're cheaper to get parts for that right now than it is to get parts for a newer van that's on the market right now. These are new parts, but they're aftermarket, but they're new. And
To us.
No, they're new.
Oh, they're new.
New parts.
Oh.
I put all new parts in the van. But they're very affordable. Really affordable to get parts for that van. And if anything we couldn't get a part for, there's millions of those vans in junkyards all around America.
We keep driving past them and Ryan's like, there's Thelma.
There's
Thelma.
There she is. I could go get stuff off of that. If I need something, I could go get it.
I'm pretty sure he's like marking all the junkyards
And
when
then
he sees Thelma
the
on
other
our
thing
Google
is,
Maps.
the other benefit to it is like all the F-Series Fords, like the F-150s and the Broncos and the Rangers and all of that, they all share parts with that van.
Yeah.
So if I can't find it for that particular model, I'll just look for something else that works for it.
She has a Bronco engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That engine came out of a Bronco. So I really like it for that reason. It's really easy to work on.
It's good.
And the other benefit that makes it really easy to work on is it's quite tall underneath. You got like 14 inches of space underneath that I can just crawl in underneath and get to whatever I need to get to, and I don't have to jack it up like I would with something else.
Yeah, which is good.
Which is great.
And lastly, I mean, I know we already did 5, but just
This is a
having
bonus.
the van, right? I love how much freedom it gives us. It gives us the freedom to go wherever we can drive to.
Yeah, basically, if we can find it, we can
Yeah,
get there.
and I love that. And
Yeah.
I love being able to take the dogs with us and not have to worry about finding a hotel that's going to be okay for them to stay at, that's affordable because the hotel prices are insane, and just being able to bring them with us everywhere and go wherever there's a road.
Yeah, it's really great. It's really freeing, and I love it too.
Yeah. So that's it for this week of the Rangeless Travel Podcast. If you want more from us, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, and Instagram at Rangeless_. Until next week.
Bye.
Bye.